Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, June 5th, and we're going to be doing as usual. We're going to start off by analyzing the US dollar and the DXY. Then we're going to do first of all, we're going to do the full top-down analysis on the DXY US dollar index. Then we're going to take the information we learned by analyzing the US dollar and we're going to apply it to all the US dollar pairs, including gold. Then we'll probably take a look at the yen pairs, probably look at oil, natural gas, crypto, Bitcoin, and most likely the S&P 500. And I'm sure we'll have some time for a few requests too, so definitely let me know if there's anything that you would like to see. So let's get started right away. Now we do have news coming out for the dollar. We got PMI news at 3 o'clock. It's a red level news event. We'll have to see if that is really going to do a whole lot or not. Definitely not really that great of a news event in my opinion, but it definitely could do something, so keep an eye on that for sure. So the DXY monthly time frame. So let's start off as usual by looking at this monthly, which to me definitely still looks like a trend, followed by a correction, followed by another trend. And then we have a big impulsive move down with a nice big break of structure. That usually tells me that this is the end of a trend, and if this trend really is over, then that probably is the end of an ABC correction. If that is the end of an ABC correction, that means that this move up is a correction to the last move down. Most likely it will go to a percentage of that move down and then end up turning back down like that. So let's head down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I do prefer to switch back to the dollar index because I do trust this one much more, but I do see what I still think is a downtrend, most likely a 1. I still think this is a 3-wave pattern that's going to turn out to be a wave 2. I still believe that this is going to end up going down once that wave 2 is complete and making a wave 3. So let's keep that in mind. Now I have this marked as an A or a 1 because there's definitely a possibility that this first move down is an A. There's a possibility this is going to be a B, and there's a possibility this is a C. Now if we think this is a 1, 2, 3 and it turns into an ABC, it definitely isn't going to bother me any because as of this stage we're going long for an ABC, a B, or 2 at this and then once that's over we'll be going short for a wave C or wave 3. So definitely at this stage in the pattern, there's no reason to vary whether we're looking at a wave 2 or a wave B. Now taking it down to the daily time frame. Daily time frame is where you can actually see this uptrend, which I think is an A. I think that's an A, B, C right there for the B, and I do believe that this is an uptrend for the C. Now we had a very impulsive turn right at the 78%, and we did have a break of structure on the shorter time frames. So that should be the end of this trend right here. Now like I was saying Friday on my last live stream, there's definitely a chance that this is like a 1 and that this goes down and makes like a wave 2 and then it heads up and makes like a 3, 4, 5, and that would actually be a very, very normal looking pattern. If that is what it does, we'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, we'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. So we do have to really be aware that that could be what's going on right now, and it actually may be the most likely scenario. Now one thing we also do have to remember is that sometimes wave C's do make lower highs than wave A. Quite often you'll get what I call an irregular wave C, and you'll get a lower high, you'll get an end of a trend, and then it'll just keep on trending down. So for now I am possibly looking at this as the end of an ABC correction, and if that is true, that means that any moves we see to the upsides are going to be corrections to the move down, and that it's going to keep on trending down. If it does turn out to be a wave 2, then it will probably make a very corrective looking pattern, something like this, and if it starts to do something like that, we should be able to know right away that this is like a 1 and this is a 2 and that it's going to go back up for a wave 3. So as usual, it's just all about trying to watch the pattern, trying to figure out what the pattern is telling us, and then basing that information on what is most likely to happen next. So as you can see, we got a series of higher highs, higher lows this whole way up. We definitely have an impulsive move down. We definitely have a break of structure. We know that this trend right here is over. We shouldn't know that this is the end of a trend, but we really don't know if it's a 1 of C and this is now forming a 2 of C, and then it goes up and makes a 3 of C, or possibly this is the end of a whole ABC correction and this makes like some sort of a three-way pattern and just keeps on trending down. So right now we're looking at this, or I'm looking at this as possibly a 1 or an A. I'm looking at this move up as should be a correction, either a wave B or a wave 2. Then the next move down is the move that will tell the story, because if it's a wave C, it will look like that. It'll turn back up very impulsively, telling us it's a wave C. If it's a wave 3, it will still probably, make some pullbacks along the way, but you'll never get any structure break. You'll just keep on getting lower lows, lower highs, and it'll just keep on going down for a wave 3. So that's how we're going to know the difference between an ABC and a 1, 2, 3. Now going up to the 1 hour time frame, this is a very impulsive move up. This is definitely a trend, making me think that it probably is an A. The next move down is probably going to be a correction to this move up, probably a wave B. Then we're probably going to go back up to either retest the 61 or possibly go all the way up to the 78.6, either look like this or possibly like this, to end what I believe is an ABC of 2 or an ABC of B. Definitely doesn't matter as of right now whether it's an ABC of 2 or an ABC of B. Either scenario, it should make another move to the downside. So anyways, what's important as of right now is with that we are most likely going to prepare to go down for a correction to this move up. So if the US dollar is going to go down and make either a wave B and then come back up, then that means that we need to apply that information to all these US dollar pairs to help us make trading decisions about what's going to happen on the US dollar pairs. Now that means first move up should be an A, next move down should be a B, next move up should be a C. So we need to remember that as we're looking at other US dollar pairs, that the US dollar looks like it needs to go down to make a correction to the move up. So let's start to move on to the other US dollar pairs. Let's head back up to the daily time frame. Irving, we will take requests at the end. Now I will be taking requests from my Patreon members first, but if there's not many requests from them, then I'll definitely have time to get to that, so no worries there. So anyways, the daily time frame, we're going to do our daily time frame down on all the US dollar pairs. So we definitely had a very strong turn at the 78.6, but as you can see, it is coming down again, but I still think there is a possibility this is the end of a correction and that this could just keep on trending up. So let's head down to the 4 hour time frame. So just like the dollar index, we need to always remember what we saw when we were analyzing this dollar index. So what we saw was an impulsive downtrend. Now this one has an impulsive uptrend. It's either a wave A or it's wave 1. We don't really know whether it's an A or 1, and it definitely doesn't matter whether it's an A or 1. This move down should be a correction to this move up, either a wave B or a wave 2. We don't really know what it is, and it really doesn't matter to me. Then the next move up should be a wave C or a wave 3. If it's a wave C, then it'll go up like that, it'll break structure, and then it'll end up continuing the downtrend. If it's a wave 3, it'll still go up, but it will never break structure to the downside, and it'll just keep on going up, and that's what will tell us that this back here really is the end of a big wave C, and that we are back into an uptrend. So right now, I believe that we're in a wave B, and then we're going to go up and make a C, or we're in a wave 2 and we're going to go up and make a 3. Either way, I think we're in a correction to the move up. Going down to the 1 hour time frame is where you can see an uptrend, almost a perfect uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a very strong move down caused by last week's non-farm payroll. That right there most likely is an A. This next move up is probably going to be a correction to this move down like a B. Then it's probably going to go down to the 78% to make a wave C before it makes that impulsive move up, takes out structure, and heads up to make either a C or a wave 3. So I expect that we're going to go up, make a correction to this move down, then we're going to go down probably to the 78%, then we're probably going to make a move up for either a wave 3 or a wave C. So now let's move on to the pound dollar. And let's go back up to the daily time frame. Now the pound dollar was very strong to the upside, and now it's actually very strong to the downside, but it still looks like that we have the end of this trend right here. And if that trend is a wave C, which it definitely could be based on the dollar index and other dollar pairs, then this very easily could now be gone back into an uptrend. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, very strong move to the downside right here. Now the move up is not really the clearest, that's for sure, but it does have a trend right here. I think this is actually the trend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, either a wave A or a wave 1, just like the euro dollar. This is either an A, B, C of B, or it's an ABC of 2. I think it's probably more likely a 2. It's probably going to retest the 78% after making 3 waves down and then head up to make either a wave C, which would look like this, or a wave 3, which would just keep on making higher highs and higher lows. So let's take it right down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, very, very strong move to the downside, which is funny because the pound was one of the strongest ones to the upside. Now it's one of the strongest ones to the downside. But either way, I think that this is actually an ABC right here. I think this is actually a downtrend right there. I think that this downtrend right here, the possible end of a wave C, ends right here with a higher low. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, either a wave A or a wave 1. And then we have a downtrend right here caused by last week's non-farm payroll. Most likely this is an A. Next move up should be a B, which is a crescent to this. Then we should go down at least one more time to make a C. Probably down to retest the 78.6 before it takes off to the upside. So I do expect that the next move is going to be up, and I do expect that this next move up should be a correction to this move down. Either most likely a wave B, and then it goes down to make a wave C. Hey Connor, how's it going? Yeah, we can look at the euro pound today, definitely. It might have to remind me later, but yeah, definitely. So the Aussie dollar, the Aussie went from being one of the weakest ones to being one of the strongest ones. Kind of took the place of the pound. Now we have a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be a wave A. We have 3 waves up, could be an A, B, C, or B. Then we have a downtrend right here. Looks like a wave C possibly. We definitely have impulsive up. We definitely have a breakup structure. Now just like the dollar index, this could be a 1 of C. This could go up and make like a 2 of C, and then go down and make a much bigger move to the downside. And if it does do that, we should be able to recognize it by seeing 3 waves up, impulsive down, and then probably go down like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. So as of right now, we know we're going up. We're not really sure whether it's going to be a crescent to the move down, or whether this really is the end of a crescent and it's just going to keep on trending up like that. So we're just going to have to observe it and watch and see what happens next. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a very impulsive move up. We have a breakup structure. We know this trend right here is over. Now that trend right there could just be a wave 1 of a much bigger downtrend. We don't really know for sure. But if it does go up and do something like this, and then turn back down very softly, then we'll know that this is a crescent and that this is like a 1 and a 2. If it doesn't, instead does something like this and just keeps on trending up, we'll know that this is the end of a wave C and that we're looking at a 1, 2, and wave 3. So let's keep going down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, we definitely had what looks like 3 waves down, but I think it's just a little misconception there based on this one, but because I think all the other ones made a wave A. This one is probably going to be a wave B, which should be a crescent to this, and then it's probably going to go down at least one more time for a C before it actually heads up. Like I said, this is either going to be a 1 or an A, this is either going to be a 2 or a B, then it's going to go back up for a wave C or a wave 3. Now the Kiwi dollar should be pretty much the same thing, a little weaker to the downside, but definitely very, very similar to the same pattern. Now, just like the Aussie dollar, we have a downtrend. Looks like a A or maybe a 1. Looks like a 3-way pattern up, most likely a B or maybe a 2. Then we have almost a perfect little downtrend right there, probably a C or a 3. If this is the end of a C, then this will just keep on trending up like that. If this is possibly a 1 and this is now going to go up and make a 2, then we'll see a crescent and then we'll see it go back down for a 3, 4, and 5. So we don't really know whether this move up is going to be a correction to the move down or not yet, but luckily if we pay attention, the market will tell us whether this move up is a correction to the move down or not. Now, just like the other ones, we have impulsive up, we have a break of structure. That should tell us that this last section of trend is over, probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, that means that this right here is either a wave A or wave 1. This is either a wave B or wave 2. Then it's going to go up and make either a wave C or a wave 3. If it's a wave C, then it will probably look like this, break structure and head back down. If it's a wave 3, then it'll just keep on making higher highs, higher lows, and just keep on trending up. So that's going to be the difference between an ABC and a 1, 2, 3. But more importantly, right now on the shorter time frames, what we see is a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably an A. This move up is probably going to be a correction to this move down, and probably a B. And then we'll probably have another move down for the wave C. This is probably going to be an ABC correction to this move up, which is actually a very clear uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll probably go down to, I think, more likely to 61.8, make an impulsive move up, and then continue the uptrend. We're almost to gold. So most likely this is going to be an ABC of 2 or possibly an ABC of B. So either way, we definitely want to try to get long at the end of this correction because it's going to either be a wave 3 or a wave C. Either possibility, it's going to be very profitable trade. So yeah, we're working our way down. We got a couple more before we get to gold. Now the US dollar Canadian is definitely a little on the tricky side because of how overlapping and corrective it looks. If you go up to the weekly time frame, to me it still looks like one big giant correction that is going to end up going back up again. So it kind of does contradict a little bit what I see on some of these other pairs. Now, looking at this, it really looks like it made 3 waves up and pulsed it down, so it may just make another push down. Maybe it's going to be an A, B, C, D, E, and then once this trend is over, it continues up. Or if the US dollar does end the wave C and does end up continuing down, then this very easily could just keep going down also. So, taking it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is where I see a nice uptrend, followed by a break of structure, 3 waves down, followed by a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 uptrend, followed by a break of structure. So we see 3 waves up. That tells me that it's probably more likely an ABC, and that this is actually probably going to make another push to the downside. Now that doesn't mean on the longer time frames it won't end up continuing back up eventually, but for now I definitely would say that the trend is down. I would definitely be looking for sorts in a downtrend for the continuation of what really we're going to have to pay attention to see if it turns out to be a wave E or if it just keeps on trending down. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, we have almost a perfect downtrend here also. We don't have a break of structure up yet, but I do think that it will break structure and probably end up doing something like this, most likely making a correction to this move down. Just like the other ones, it's probably going to be a B or a 2. We don't really know for sure, but either scenario, if we can get in on a break of structure to the downside, that's going to be a very good trade to go short. So I am definitely looking for shorts on this. I am definitely not going to go short quite yet. I think it's more likely to make a bigger correction to this move down, probably someplace between 38 and 50% of this move down before it ends up continuing the downtrend. So let's check out the US dollar Swiss. So let's head back out to the daily. Now the US dollar Swiss has not broken any structure to the downside. I still think this move up is a correction to this move down. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be just an overlapping corrective pattern. We are at the 50%, so we do need to keep an eye. If it does break structure, that is most likely going to tell me that we have the end of a correction and the continuation of the downtrend. So going down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, as you can see, we've been making higher lows this whole way up. Definitely no reason yet to think that this move up is over, besides the fact that we do have an impulsive turn at the 50% level. Now if we get an impulsive turn here at a lower high, which it looks like it's trying to do now, that would actually make for a very good sorting opportunity, because we very easily could end up continuing the downtrend. Going to the 1-hour time frame, now according to what we saw in the US dollar index, this move up is actually probably an A. That means that this move down is probably going to be a crescent, a B, and then it'll probably go back up for a C. Then if it turns down in a big way, starts taking out structure, that's going to be the sorting opportunity I am looking for. Probably an A, probably an A, B, C, or B, and then probably go down for a C. Or possibly it's a 1 and a 2, and then goes down for a 3. We're just definitely going to have to watch and learn and see what happens next. Now, the US dollar yen heading back up. US dollar yen is actually one of the ones that I feel like is almost for sure not done with its uptrend. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like 3 ways down for a B. It looks like kind of to me like a 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's going to go down and then back up to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of wave C. Maybe back up to the 61.8, maybe an impulsive move down, maybe a break of structure, and maybe the continuation of the downtrend. So it still looks like the US dollar yen has some more upside potential. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, it definitely looks like a downtrend. I think it's more likely to be an A. Then I think this is going to make like a 3-way pattern up, probably like that for a B. And then I do think it is going to go down again for a C before it heads back up. Maybe end up doing a pattern like this, ABC down, impulsive up for the continuation of the uptrend. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, most likely we have a trend right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's more likely an A or B. I think this move down is more likely going to be a B or B, and then probably back up for a C or B. This whole move down is probably an A or 1. This is an A, B, C, a B or a 2. Then it should go back down for a wave C or possibly a wave 3. We don't really know whether it's going to make a C or a 3, but if we get in at the end of this ABC correction, then it doesn't really matter whether it's a C or a 3, because either way it's going to be a very profitable trade. So let's head down to gold. Let's see what's up with gold. Now, gold is another one that I think is a very, very close to making a bigger move to the upside. To me, it looks like an A, it looks like 3 ways up for a B, and it looks like it already made a perfect 5-way pattern for the C. It looks like it already turned at the 50%. So I also think that this one is very close to ending a correction and continuing the uptrend. Now, yes, this wave B is higher than this wave A, previous 5, but I call that an irregular top in the Elliott wave terms, or an irregular wave B. Looks like an A, B, C correction. We are turning at the 50%, so we really do have to keep an eye on this one also. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, now it definitely looks like a few different possibilities here. Like I said, there's definitely a few possibilities here. This probably is a wave 3 right there. So this is probably all a 1, 2, 3, and then this is probably the 4, and I bet this last little push down is going to act like the wave 5. And if this does turn back up, if it does take out structure, I think it's going to be the end of a wave C and the continuation of the uptrend. So I also think that gold is very, very close to continuing its uptrend. I think there's a good chance this move down may be a wave 5. Now, according to what we saw on the dollar, which gold definitely doesn't always follow the dollar completely, on the dollar this looks more like a wave A. So we may have actually a correction up. It may be different on this one, but I think there's a good chance this move up is a correction. Then it's going to make one more push down. Then it's going to go up, take out structure, and continue the uptrend. Maybe more realistically will be like this, and then head back up. And this is probably going to be like a wave 5 of wave C on the daily time frame and up before it actually ends up continuing the uptrend. So we do have news coming out in a few minutes for the US dollar. Like I said, it's definitely not a huge US dollar news. So we already got a few minutes. So let's go check out Bitcoin, get that one out of the way. And then we'll have time to come back and check out what's going on with the dollar. We already looked at the Aussie US dollar, but we are going to look at the Aussie yen. So, wow, gold, the Bitcoin is not making its impulsive move up like I was hoping to see. Now, there's a few possibilities on this. This is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A or 1. This is an A, B, C, either a B or a 2. This is an uptrend right here, either a C or the beginning parts of a wave 3. Now if this is a wave C, then it will break this structure, which it already did, but it will hold below structure and then it will start trending down like that. If it's a wave 3, then it will not close below structure, it will not hold below this structure level, but instead it will make an impulsive move up and continue the uptrend. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, this is the structure level I'm waiting for price to close below. If it doesn't close below that structure, then I know that the trend is still up. Right now, to me, it looks very impulsive up and it looks very corrective down. I think there's a good chance it is going to make an impulsive move up and that it is going to end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame. Let's throw a Fibonacci on there. On the shorter time frame, see if we can see an area that is likely to be a rejection zone. So what do we got here? It definitely looks more like a trend right here. So that probably is an A, this is probably the B, and this is probably the C. At this point it probably is going to go down to the 78.6, and then if it turns up, if it takes out structure, that's exactly what I would be looking for the continuation of the uptrend. So as of right now, we're definitely still heading down. I don't really see any reason as of yet to think this downtrend is over. Oh crap, sorry about that. Yeah. So as of now, I definitely don't see any reason to think this downtrend is over. Sorry, I was muted on Discord. Sorry everybody. Anybody that was on my Discord channel, sorry about that. So I would definitely still be looking for shorts, but I would be also thinking that this move down is possibly going to be a correction, possibly going to bounce off the 78.6, take out structure, and end up continuing the uptrend. So let's see, what do we got? We got a few minutes before the news comes out. Let's go check out the S&P 500, and then we'll go see what's going to happen with that news, and we'll check out a couple yen pairs. S&P 500 is definitely still heading up. I still think it's going to go up and take out this high. Probably going to end up looking like that. Then it's going to go down, break structure, and I think we're heading down to about the $3,200 area. Maybe even a little further than that. This to me looks like a downtrend on the weekly. It looks like an ABC up for the B, and then I bet this is going to go down to about the $3,200 range to finish a wave C before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So we have to keep that in mind as we go down. On the shorter time frames, I am definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. If it makes another three-way pullback, another impulsive move up, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Just like this, 3 ways down. Even this right here is 3 ways down. Right here is a very corrective pattern, like a 3-way pattern. Right here, 3 ways down. So if I see 3 ways down, I see impulsive move up, then I'm definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. Going down to the 1-hour time frame, it looks like we're going to end a trend right here. I bet this is going to go down, take out structure, but I bet this move down is going to be a correction to this move up. I bet it's going to make another ABC pattern, another 3-way pattern, and then most likely end an ABC correction, take out structure, and end up continuing the uptrend. So I still think the trend is up. I do believe on the 1-hour time frame and below that we are getting ready to make a move to the downside, but I still think that move to the downside is going to be a correction to this last wave up. I think it's going to make an ABC, and I think it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. So let's see, what do we got now? We got about 2 minutes or less until the news comes out. We will have a chance to look at a few other things. One of my members just requested me to look at the USD ZAR, so let's look at that while we're waiting for the news. Maybe this will give us a little bit of a clue about what's going on also. This is all-time highs right here, and we're at a Fibonacci level, so that may be a good area for a bigger pullback, or maybe even at the end of a trend. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, almost a perfect trend. I bet we're on our way down. I bet we're going to take out structure, which actually makes a lot of sense because I still think there's a good chance that this US dollar index is going to go down also. So let's see, what do we got? We definitely have a move down right here. The structure level I would really be concerned with is right here. That's what I would like to see get taken out. This is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. This is probably going to go down and take out structure and just keep on trending down, I bet. So I would definitely be looking for shorts in a downtrend on this one for sure. Definitely no reason. I think today's news is going to cause the dollar to go up a little, but I think that move up is going to be a correction, and I think it's going to end up continuing back down. Just like that. Look at that. That's almost a three-way pullback right there. Almost perfect. Three ways up right there. So if I see three ways up in the future, that's exactly what I'm looking for the continuation of the downtrend. So we got news coming out. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense with my dollar analysis, though. I think the dollar probably is going to try to go down a little bit more. It seems like it's more likely to do something like this. Yeah, there it goes. Down she goes. Yeah, I think the dollar is going to go down, but I don't really think it's going to be a big giant move, but I definitely could be wrong about that. It looks like it's going to be a correction. It looks like it's going to do something like this and then go back up and then go back down. So that's why I'm not really expecting a big move for the news today. And plus it is Monday. So I think there's a better chance that this move down is going to be a correction, and then probably in a couple of days it will end an ABC and then head back down. So yeah, we do have a break of structure. We just about have that break of structure. We definitely have a break there. We're probably going to break here. This is probably going to be a correction to this move up. It's probably going to go like this and then back up again. So I wouldn't expect this to be a big giant mover, but it definitely could be because we have a break of structure over here. Because this is a break of structure, this move up definitely could be a correction to this move down. It is definitely starting to gain some momentum. So we might want to keep an eye on that. It could turn out to be a pretty decent trade. I think there is definitely a chance this is the end of a correction, and if it is, this is going to keep on trending down. Yeah, let's go check out a couple of those yen pairs while we're waiting for this to kind of settle in. I'm not in any trades at all right now, but I do believe that there is a good chance that this is just going to be a correction to the move up. Like I said, I think I'm going to stick to that. I still think this is more likely to be a correction, but it definitely could go down. Yeah, let's go check out a couple yen pairs. Let's look at the news actually real quick first and see what that was. Let's see. It was actually pretty negative for the dollar. Yeah, I bet this is going to kind of die out. I don't really think it's going to be a big mover, but with that break of structure over here and this impulsive move down, this move up could be like a motive wave correction, and it very easily could just keep on trending down. So keep an eye on that. Looks like the dollar is going up pretty good and down. I mean, the euro dollar is going up. Yeah. Besides the Aussie dollar, the rest of them don't really look like a trend. Gold is flying up pretty nicely. So yeah, unless you were in before the news, I don't think I would be trying to get in right now. So let's go check out those yen pairs, see what's up with that. Oh, the euro yen's making that move down. We were expecting this also. I think this is a wave A, I think this is a wave B, and I think this is a wave C. And then I think it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. So that is actually going pretty much exactly as planned. Looks like a nice ABC correction forming. This is actually a very, very clear trend right there. For an A, this is an ABC of B. And I think we're heading down for a wave C right now. Oh, awesome, Connor. Good job, buddy. So yeah, I think we're going down on the yen. Pound yen is probably going to do something very, very similar. Except for the pound yen already made a new top, so I think this is going to be one that actually tricks a lot of people, because I bet this is going to go down. I bet it's going to break structure, and then I think it's going to reject structure and end up continuing the uptrend. So that could be a pattern that actually tricks a lot of people right there. Pound yen, definitely a downtrend. I don't think the trend is over. I bet it's going to go down and take out this structure. So if you see any opportunities to go short, those are definitely the trades I would be taking for the continuation of this downtrend for sure. The Aussie dollar has been very strong to the upside. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short on this one. It doesn't even look like it wants to make much of a correction. Really, if it does go down, I would say it's just going to be a correction to the move up. So I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short, even though I think there is a good chance that it is going to go down. It probably is going to take out this structure, probably do something like that, and then in a day or two, it probably end up continuing the uptrend. I think this Kiwi is pretty much the same thing because this is an uptrend to me. So I think there's a very good likelihood that this move down is just going to be a crescent and that this is going to keep on trending up. I don't think that these uptrends are over on any of these yen pairs. Canadian yen definitely made a nice move down. I don't think this is over yet either, so definitely be a little cautious on this. I would say that this is almost definitely a crescent to this last move up. So this is probably going to be like an ABC crescent, and it's probably going to end up continuing back up. So be a little cautious on that. We have a nice break of structure though, so we know that this whole trend right here is over. We know this trend is over. This is probably only a wave A, and it may just keep on drifting down, but it's probably eventually going to make a B, and probably eventually go down and make a C. Probably going to turn at a percentage of this move up, and then end up continuing the uptrend. Swiss yen is more convincing that it's a wave B. I would say for sure this is a wave A. This is like an A, B, C, or B, and we're probably in a wave C right now. So a lot of these yen pairs look like they're making a wave C. Some of them look like they're just making a smaller pullback, like the Canadian yen, Aussie yen, and Kiwi yen. I think are all just going to be a crescent to the last move up. The euro yen, pound yen, and Swiss yen I think are making a wave C, and then they're going to end up continuing back up. So yeah, pretty nice little short-term trades, I think. I don't think they're going to be long-term trades that you might want to hold. Did we have some Canadian news? Because that Canadian one is definitely moving very strong. So I think you picked the right one there, Connor, definitely. So I think there's a good chance this is just going to be a wave C, but it probably would be a couple pretty decent shorting opportunities, I would say. Let's see what's going on with that dollar. Yeah. It's moving. Definitely fairly strong. If for sure it could just keep on trending up, but I think it's probably going to die out. It's probably going to, especially since it's a Monday, it's probably going to more likely make an ABC crescent. Probably a wave B and then probably go down, make a C, and then back up again. But sometimes what you think is going to be a wave B will just keep on stretching out, so we do have to be aware of that. Especially with this break of structure to the upside that we have right here, it very easily could just keep on trending up. But I think it's probably more likely to just be a crescent. Yeah, we already looked at the yen pairs and the dollar pairs, so let's go check out a couple commodities. We got to look at oil and natural gas. So, what do we think about oil? I don't know. I'm definitely starting to think that oil is actually going to be an ABC crescent, and that it's actually probably going to just keep on dropping. We haven't even taken out any structure on the daily, so really we should be looking for shorts in a downtrend anyways on shorter time frames. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, we definitely have a very nice looking clear uptrend right there. Yeah, I was originally thinking it would be a 1, 2, 3, but it's definitely not looking like a 1, 2, 3. It's looking like an A. It's looking like a big A, B, C, or B. And it's looking like this is probably a wave C, which may not be over yet. And it's looking like it's actually going to end up continuing back down. So let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, I think that this is a wave C. That's actually very clear. A. 3 waves up. B. This is probably a wave C right here, I would say almost definitely. And then it's going to go up and make like a wave 5 of C and then maybe end up turning back down. So that looks pretty clear, really. It definitely seems pretty clear on the sort of time frames that that is a wave C right there. And it's probably going to be a crescent to this last wave, so if you put your Fibonacci retracement on there, you'll probably see it go down right to a fib level and then head back up. So keep an eye on that. Natural gas, I think, is probably going to go down again also. It looks to me like a 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really look like an ABC to me. It looks like this move up is going to be like a wave 4, and it looks like it's going to go down again to make a wave 5. Especially looking at the longer time frames. It looks like it needs to go down a little bit more, probably make a new low, and then maybe at that point it will go up and make that wave 4 and wave 5 that we've been waiting for. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, definitely. So let's head down to the 4-hour. So 4-hour time frame, if this really is the end of an ABC correction right here, which it definitely could be, then this is going to maintain momentum and it's going to just look like that. If it's not the end of an ABC correction, then it's going to start to turn down and it's going to probably make overlapping waves and then just keep on trending down. But looking at the longer time frames is probably more likely. So I already see 3 waves up right here, so if it turns down, I would definitely take that as a short. It seems like it is more likely to just keep on trending down at this point, especially looking at the longer time frames. It definitely looks like the longer time frames are down. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't think that. We'll see. Yeah, the euro's definitely moving, but that may just keep on going. I think it's more likely to be a correction, but it definitely could just keep on trending. So let's see here. Let's see if we got some other things to look at besides the dollar and yen pairs. The euro Aussie, we can take a look at that. We already looked at all the yen pairs. We looked at all the dollar pairs. We looked at gold several times. We looked at the crypto, Bitcoin, stock market. So let's go check out some things we haven't looked at, like the euro Aussie. Let's head back up to a little bit of a longer time frame. Now I think this is very clearly an A. Whoops. I think this is very clearly a wave A. I think this is also very clearly a wave B, and I think this is a wave C that we're seeing now. I think it's going to turn at one of these fib levels, maybe like that, and end up continuing the uptrend. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, I do think that we're going down. But as soon as I see a break of structure to the upside, that's what's going to tell me this wave C is over, and I would definitely be prepared to go long if I do see that break of structure to the upside. It looks very clear that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is an A, B, C, a B. And now we're probably going down for a C. So if we see a break of structure up, I would go long. If we don't see a break of structure up, then I would wait until I did see a break of structure to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. 1-hour time frame. Yeah, 1-hour time frame. This is all a series of lower lows, lower highs the whole way down. So if this turns up, if it breaks structure, that will tell us that this trend is over. If that trend is over, then that would be the end of a wave C, and that would be the continuation of the uptrend. Now, we definitely don't have a break of structure yet, and we don't really know for sure if it's going to break a structure. So if it doesn't, until we see a break of structure, I would just continue to look for shorts in a downtrend for the continuation of this downtrend. So let's see. I don't really look at stocks too much, so sorry about that. Let's see what the Euro Canadian is doing. The Euro Canadian's flying. That's mostly the Canadian now. Yeah, hard telling, Menyo. That's a big move. It's definitely a real big move up, isn't it, Menyo? Big time. That could be the end of a correction right there. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 78%. If we see a break of structure on the shorter time frames, I would be interested in going long on that one for sure. Let's go take a closer look at that. Probably got to go a little lower to see it, but this is looking like a downtrend, possibly an A. This is a very corrective, most likely a B. It kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have a break of structure. That could be the end of a wave C right there. I would definitely start looking for longs in an uptrend on that. That could be the end of that trend, and if that is the end of that trend, that's probably the end of the whole correction. We definitely have a very clear break of structure. So if I see any pullbacks, I would definitely be prepared to go long on that one for possibly the continuation of this uptrend. Just keep on looking for pullback entries for the continuation of the trend, for sure. Let me see. We're going to get back to the dollar pairs here in a second. I think there was one other request, or maybe it was the Swiss yen or something that I wanted to look at. Oh no, the euro pound for Connor, that's what it was. Euro pound. Ooh, what's that? I still feel like this is the end of a Kretzen back here, and if that's the end of a Kretzen, then this is actually probably all an ABC Kretzen right here. That could be an ABC right there, which is probably what you're seeing. One down. It's not the clearest here, but one down, three up. 1, 2, 3. It kind of looks like it needs to make like a 4 and a 5, but that looks like it's very close to ending a Kretzen on the weekly. What's a daily? Let's get rid of some of these things. Yeah, it doesn't really, nothing confirmed yet. Looks like an A. It looks like three ways up for a B. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, really. Kind of looks like it needs to make a 4 and a 5, but if it breaks Strutzer, which the last Strutzer level is way up there, then I would definitely say that's the end of a wave C. Otherwise, it's probably going to do like a 4 and a 5 and then go up and then break Strutzer and then continue the uptrend. Really, our last major Strutzer level is way up here. So this is probably an A. I bet this is an A. I bet it's going to be a B, C, Kretzen, A, B, C. And then it's going to go down. And this is going to be like a 4 and a 5. And then a 3. And then later on, we'll see the end of a Kretzen probably on these time frames. Let's see here. 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I bet this looks to me like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably a wave A. Probably a wave B. And then probably up again for a C. Maybe an ABC of 4 and then back down. I don't know. Depending on what time you trade on, if you see any pullbacks, I would definitely take them as a long, because even though it looks like it should make a wave C, it could just keep on growing into a wave 3. So we potentially are getting very close to ending a wave C on the weekly. Now, usually on the weekly, one thing we have to remember is, yeah, we're getting close, but sometimes on the weekly, close is 3-4 weeks away, something like that, and then go up like this. So yeah, we may be getting close, but that could be within a few weeks that we're ending this Kretzen. So be careful on that one, definitely. And I feel like there was, the CAD Swiss. Let's look at the CAD Swiss, and then we'll go back to the dollar pairs. The Canadian pairs have been moving. Looks like it's ending a Kretzen, honestly. Let's see, what's this fib level? Oh yeah, look at that, 61.8. I'm not sure why the Canadian's moving so hard today, but it definitely is. Looks like three ways up. It looks like the 61.8. I bet this is getting very close to ending a Kretzen. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Let's put our fibs on these lower time frames. So yeah, that's looking like a possible end of a Kretzen. We got impulsive up, wave A, three waves down, wave B, impulsive uptrend, wave C, 61.8. If we see a break of Strutzer, I would definitely start looking for sorts in a downtrend for sure. Pound Swiss. Maybe I was doing the wrong pair. But good thing we looked at this, because that could be an opportunity. If it breaks Strutzer, which it looks like it's going to, that's going to be a really nice sorting opportunity. Like a 1, 2, 3. So I would be trying to get in on a 3 right now. If I saw a pullback, I would be trying to get in at the end of a 2 for the wave 3. Pound Swiss. Maybe this is a Swiss move. This is one that I haven't looked at in so long, but it's just so overlapping corrective. Very, very overlapping corrective. But we definitely have three waves up right now, so I bet it is heading down again. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely the end of a correction. Someplace right there, there's an ABC right here. A, B, C, break of structure. That looks like the end of a correction. I would definitely start looking for shorts on that one for sure. Yeah, big time. If you see any pullbacks, I would definitely be looking for pullback entries. ABC up, impulsive down is definitely what I'd be looking for to go short for the continuation of this downtrend for sure. Pretty nice. Yeah, that's real nice. Let's see here. What do we got going on today with that? Why is there news? U.S. news, Germany, U.S. dollar, Canadian breakout. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. I don't really see anything that maybe there's some sort of a risk on move today. Maybe that's why gold is moving so strong. It's already pulling back though. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that my original thought on this is probably correct, which is that this is a wave A, and this is probably going to make a B and then make a C. And then I bet it's going to go up again and then probably back down. Maybe it'll just do this and then retest this 61 and then go down. But the way that's pulling back doesn't make me very confident that that is the end of anything. Really not too convincing, that's for sure. And on the higher time frames, it does kind of seem like maybe this is going to go up again and do that and then head back down. It would make a lot of sense if this was a 1 and then a 2 and then it goes up and makes a 3, 4, 5 of wave C. I think that would make the most sense. But we'll have to keep an eye, because if we got the end of a trend, which we do, we definitely want to try to get short at the next opportunity, because it could just keep on trending down. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a correction. I think this is going to calm down. It is Monday. It's probably an A. It's probably going to make a B, C, and then back down and then back up. So I don't really think this is anything too important. Definitely a nice little move to start with, but really it's probably just going to die out. It's probably going to do this and then back down and then back up. Pound dollar. Pound dollar, I would say, is almost definitely going to make another move down. This is probably going to be some sort of a correction, and it's probably going to go down again. Maybe even continue the downtrend. Who knows? Aussie dollar. Wow, that could be one of those irregular ABCs right there. Honestly, if that starts to break structure down, that might even be a sorting opportunity. I don't know if it really makes a lot of sense for this though. It's probably more likely this is going to do this and then go back up again. That's probably more likely, but keep an eye on that. That could be an opportunity coming. The Kiwi is actually pretty much the same, probably an A, this is probably a B, then probably a C, and then back up again. US dollar Canadian, definitely not convincing. Maybe that's not a Canadian move that we're seeing, because that's not moving too much. Probably going to be a correction now, probably going to be all part of a correction and probably going to go down again, so you might want to keep an eye for shorts. There's definitely a Swiss move going on today. Let's switch to those Swiss pairs and see if it's all of them. Yeah, look at that. All the Swiss pairs are moving today. So I don't know what's going on with the Swiss, but definitely something. All the yen pairs moving. Yeah, definitely all the yen pairs are moving too. So it probably is a risk-on move. I don't know what caused the risk-on move today, but it's definitely a risk-on move today. That means that money is fleeing the US dollar. Maybe something's going on with the debt ceiling or something. US dollar yen, I bet, is ending at wave B also. 1, 2, 3 waves up. ABC a B. Heading down to make a C. And then probably back up. Now what's that mean for gold? We definitely got a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. We definitely got an impulsive move up, but according to what I see on the dollar index, this should be a correction to this move down. So I think there's going to be more downside also. Maybe it's a wave 5 on the longer time frames, maybe it's not. Either way, I would definitely want to try to get short at the end of this move so we can learn whether it's a wave 5 or whether it just keeps on trending, because it definitely could keep going. This definitely doesn't necessarily have to end here, even though I do think that it could end there. It very easily could just keep going down and turn at one of these other fib levels. It definitely wouldn't surprise me at all. And we should just continue to go with the flow anyway, so if that's what happens, then it really no big deal at all. So let's see if there's any more requests. I don't see any more requests there. So hopefully everybody has joined my free Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. No obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. I'll put the link in the chat and in the description. Yeah, I'll be waiting for a sword on gold tube menu. So the link in the description is for my free Discord channel, 100% free to join, no obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. Now I do offer a membership program for anybody that is interested, so you can check that out also in my Patreon. So check that out. It comes with a trading course, members forecast area, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah, let's check out the 10-year bonds. I should probably be checking these out anyways, because I just bought some treasury bonds not long ago. Over the last couple of weeks I've been buying some. Oh, it's probably a good thing I did. I already locked in my rate, so I don't think I'll be buying any more anytime soon at that. Look at that. That's a big push down. This is 10-year though. I bought 1-year bonds. It looks like, whoa, what do we got there? Probably a correction. Definitely looks like it should be a correction, that's for sure. Honestly, it kind of looks like it's not even gonna go down, make new lows yet. Kind of looks like this is an A. It kind of looks like this is an A, B, C, a B. And then it looks like it should go down and make a C and then go back up. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna continue down. It looks like a downtrend. This looks like an uptrend, and this looks like it's gonna be a correction and then go back up for a B, and then go down for the C. And then I think it's gonna continue back up because the longer time frames, to me, definitely look bullish still. We came back down, we broke out of structure, we came back down, retested structure. So I bet this is just going to keep on trending up, honestly. I think the trend is up. So I would definitely still be expecting this to go up more, yeah. I think that the move that we're getting today is going to be short-lived. I think it's going to die out and do this and then go up. And this is going to be an A, this is going to be a B, this is going to be a C, and then it goes down to make the bigger wave C. A, B, C, and then bam, back up it goes. The DAX. I don't know what the DAX is. Must be this right here, right? DAX 30. DAX index. I don't know what the DAX is. I think that US 30, I have that. Yeah, it must be the US 30. Yeah, I definitely don't think that's the end of anything either. Yeah, I don't think so. I think this is still going up. We're probably just in a correction. Oh, the German index. Oh, okay. Wait, DAX 40. German 30. Yeah, it's the same thing as this 41. So it's the, what is it? The DAX 40 is what I'm pretty sure they call it most places at least. Trend is definitely up on the weekly. Daily's still up. This is probably going to be a crescent to this move up. Probably going to do that and then keep going up, I would say. I would be putting my Fibonacci on there like this. And I'd be looking for a three-way pattern. 1, 2, 3, and then back long I go. I bet this first move down is just a wave A. I bet we're going to make a crescent to that, like a B, and then back down again for a C. And then probably head back up again. Definitely seems most likely to me. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. It's a big help to push my channel out to new members. I do live stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so definitely tune in for that. You can also watch my live streams on Discord as long as I remember to unmute myself, which I didn't today for quite some time, but you can definitely watch my live streams on my Discord channel without any ads or anything like you'll see on YouTube, so definitely check that out. It's 100% free to join my Discord channel. We have 3,000 what do we got? 3,387 members right now, so a very large community of traders. The goal of the group is for everybody to help each other out and everybody to grow as a better trader together as a community. So definitely check that out. It's a very good place. I think community is very, very important as a trader, to have some sort of community. It makes a big difference for everybody's success when they have a community of people to help out. So definitely check that out. 100% free to join. And you are willing, if you're able to, definitely join my Patreon and get access to my trading course, my members forecast, and and my twice a week Zoom meetings, and a whole bunch of other benefits. So I do try to keep these meetings to an hour. I'm also trying to include some requests from just my regular members. So come back Wednesday, and that'll be my next live stream. Until then, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day, and happy trading as always.